I come to you today with a outdoor version of, I'm thinking I'm going to start calling this the black desk, because usually I have monitoring turned on. I need to turn that off. And I'm back. The outdoor version of what I may end up calling the black desk. I don't know. I use a black desk in my room to record, and I'm kind of thinking that might be what I call this series of my talks. The first video was a serious one. I've recorded a second one that is also serious, but then I got a lovely recommendation for today's topic: how to get bitches as a senior citizen. You heard that right. My first point today: have money. I have written here, you could go with actually having money. That's always a good start. Maybe you worked for it your entire life. Maybe you're a stockbroker on Wall Street and you have money. That's a pretty solid strategy. I think you will get results with that. You'll probably have some options, and you will be chosen. Have money. My second option here: wife's life insurance. I've watched enough true crime and stuff like that where the life insurance policies happen to be the smoking gun, as you might say, as to, why Susan disappeared. Trying to get that life insurance policy. She was a good lady. All right. Or the obvious answer: pretend you have money. Do you have money? Are you a senior citizen? Could you pretend you have money? I'm not really sure where I'm going with that. Just pretend you have money. That's all we really need. We don't really need to have money in this world. You might look at me and, I have a watch. It's the second time now that I've mentioned my watch. You might not know that wasn't expensive, but if this video got like 100,000 views, you'd probably be like, that dude's watch is probably like $5,000 just because, he's got a lot of views on YouTube. So therefore his watch must be, he must be expensive. He must be important. Just, buy some nice old man chains, get a cheap chain online or something, get some fake diamonds, get some real diamonds if you have money, but you could always just pretend. That'll help. Kind of ties in with my second point here. Pretend to be interesting. Have a cool hairstyle. Get a cool car. I have in parentheses here, old women love convertibles. I think deep down, maybe we all love convertibles. It's just cool. Your car's kind of, different than everyone else's. But cool hairstyle? Do you know how many, older dudes rock the, old man gray silver fox flow? I think that's an absolute look. I, as a 27-year-old man, look at the older guys that do that when they're in their 50s or 60s, and I'm like, I want to be like you one day, because that's cool. Have a cool hairstyle. I think it's respectable. I think it shows you don't care, or at least you're mature enough that it's like, I cared at one point, maybe back in the 20s I was buzz cut and clean face, but now I'm 68 and I don't care. It don't matter what I look like. The cool car, get your convertible, maybe save up, maybe take Susan's money and buy an old school Camaro or something, or get a Tesla. Maybe go for a modern San Francisco girl, get a Tesla. It's always an option, but I'm more of an old school muscle car type of guy. Not that you're trying to get me, unless there's any older women watching. Dress like you're 19 is my last bullet point here for pretending to be interesting. Kind of ties in with the hairstyle of the gray look, the silver fox look. Dress young. Dress how you want to dress, but I think if you have an outfit and attire that's made up of cool stuff, appear young, appear vibrant. Don't appear like you're, on your way to the senior hall for Tuesday bingo night. Wear some skinny jeans. Wear some white Jordans. Doesn't matter. Rock like the Danny Carey look with a full basketball outfit. I think it's cool. I think they think it's cool too. My third point here: move to Thailand. All right, let's move on to my fourth point here. Go for younger women. I have a few bullet points here They're just names that include Bill Belichick, Leonardo DiCaprio, Mick Jagger. What do these three men have in common? Maybe Leonardo DiCaprio isn't quite into senior citizen style. That's not the word I wanted. Senior citizen age yet. But what's the whole thing? He won't date you after you're like 25 years old or whatever it is. So it's like, I think he's got the right idea. You just trade the old version out for the newer version. Like, how many of you are watching this on an iPhone 11 or older right now? Probably not many, because you're all like, I want the new shiny thing. Leonardo is the same way. This is becoming a disrespectful video. This is all satire. Bill Belichick. I will put a picture up right now of Bill Belichick and his wonderful older girlfriend. It's real nice that Bill found himself a nice older woman that just has, great values and probably really, really loves coming up with the defensive schematics and figuring out whether the A gap is going to be covered by the mic or whether, the C is going to be taken over by the outside backer. I just think, the older woman that he's acquired, it's just really good for him. No, but on a serious note, Bill Belichick, I don't even remember the chick's name. Sorry, chick, if you're watching this, but he's done well for himself. I guess he actually has money. That's kind of harkens back to the first point. But regardless, all these guys have status. Mick Jagger, he hasn't accomplished anything in his life. But he's done well. I only included Mick Jagger because I heard a thing recently that he just had a kid a few years ago. I think he was 79 and his wife was... No, I think he was 73 and his wife was 29. I think that's the right math. Good for him. My last and final point for today, that is always an option, is you could just be happy alone. I have in parentheses here, monk style. You don't have to be married. Who says we need the bitches? Do we need older bitches? Old guys watching this, please comment down below. Do you even want one? Because it's like maybe you had a woman, or maybe an older woman watching this. Maybe you had a guy your whole life and now you're like, I'm 78 and I don't want stress. It's my first point here. Relationships equal stress. Now, of course, there's going to be people watching that are like,
I've loved Daryl for my whole life.
And we haven't fought a single time.
But it's like, okay, Daryl's never done anything. He's never left his beer cans out. He never accidentally drank out of his spit cup thinking it was a Coke Zero. It's happened. I have as my second point here, your convertible looks better without someone in the passenger seat. That's deep. Let me repeat that. That convertible that you just got, Daryl, it looks so much better without Susan in the passenger seat. Think about the women you could pass by on your nice stroll. You're going to bingo. You're feeling good. You just had a hot dog from Sheetz. Life is great. You just got to scratch off. You put your Powerball numbers in, and you got the convertible top down. You look over, and there they are. They're staring at you. Now, if Susan was there, like, hi, girls, what's that going to do? Now, think about if she wasn't there. Daryl, my guy. My last point here, golf. You could just do golf. And my very last point to wrap it all up, have your friends get rid of their wives. Who's to say that they couldn't go get their wife insurance? The kid's riding by on that bike like every 5 minutes. I'm impressed that he's been that consistent. Please don't get rid of your wife. Don't demonetize me, YouTube. Not that I make money off these videos anyway, but I don't want to say the word that I think you're getting at. Oh, he's turned around. He's making another loop. He's probably like, this dude's talking on a microphone on his back porch. Wow. Yes, have your friends get rid of their wives. Nothing wrong with girlfriends, wives, fiancés, partners, whatever you have, but it is always an option, you know. Or maybe if they've been together for like 50 years, it's like, you know, hey, John, take a break. Don't you want a break? Don't you want to come to bingo or like play golf? Or maybe we could go to like a lodge somewhere and just like drink our sadness away that, you know, we've been fighting with our wives for the last 50 years. Sometimes this video gets dark. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. My name is Zach Roll. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully this made you laugh a little bit. This was meant to be funny. None of this is serious. Don't take this to heart. Except you, Susan. Hopefully you took something out of this, whether it was true love advice or whether you're just watching this to laugh. Anyway, that's all in the fun of it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.